Elly. Today I'm going to read a story called My Pet Slime Diaries, Book 1. Are you ready to listen? Okay, I'm going to read you the story. My Pet Slime Diaries, Book 1. These super secret diaries belong to Piper McLean. Dear Diary, hello, it's me, Piper McLean. Claire, my best friend, says I don't need to introduce myself every time I write. She says you aren't a living thing, and that's OBV, Claire's way of saying obvious. And it's me writing because you are my diary. And that's true, but to me, you're even more than that. You are a place where I can share all of my craftiest and projects experiments. I plan out everything here before I even start. Then I can write down what worked or didn't work so that I can learn from my successes and my mistakes. Mom and Dad only let me make the messier art projects while I'm being supervised. I tell them that an artist has to create even when their mom is at work and their dad is busy writing this next novel, but they're hard to convince. It's frustrating. I can't blame them, though they still haven't recovered from my exploding rainbow volcano experiment. Exploding rainbow volcano experiment. Baking soda and add vinegar inside it, and food color, and then splat. Baking soda plus vinegar plus lots and lots of food coloring, it makes a fizzing, bubbling mess. It worked really well, but if you ask me though I do this project again, I'll be sure to use a big tray to catch the lava. I kind of like the streaks of color on my bedroom carpet. Mom, not so much, but from now on, before I dive into a wild idea for an art project, I'll plan it out with you, diary. This is where I can dream about how to make my ideas come to life. Just like the most adorable pet on the planet, my Cosmo. I have a lot of allergies, which is why Cosmo is the perfect pet for me. I can snuggle him without sneezing. I made him kinda sorta by accident, out of glitter, slime, and space dust. With you, Cosmo, by my side, nothing is impossible. Dear Diary, I have a problem. Remember Claire, my best friend? Well, it's almost her birthday. I wish I could be excited. Birthdays are usually a reason to celebrate. Birthdays mean crafting a gift is extra fun and fabulous. I love making gifts for people, but birthdays also mean parties, and Claire's party will be extra big and splashy party. Everything Claire does it is big and splashy. It's no mistake that her name rhymes with Flair. Claire and Flair. Note, Flair means stillness and originality. That's totally Claire. So what's the problem? Nothing says big giant party pooper like an allergic reaction. My birthday parties are packed full of stuff that I'm allergic to. First off, Claire has a really awesome dog named Buddy. Claire told me that he's a long-haired dachshund. If you don't know what that looks like, just imagine a hairy caramel-colored hot dog who is super playful and likes to yip a lot. Even though Claire will definitely keep him in another room during the party, his hair is everywhere, and there's where the trouble starts. Dog hair makes me braid out of hips, a fancy word for a bumpy itch rash. It's not his hair, actually, it's his dander, which the flaky skin that he sheds along with his hair, but no matter that causes it, the allergic reaction is no fun at all. Yes. That's why Cosmo is the perfect pet for me. He's adorable and playful and knows some of his own tricks, but he's not fuzzy, so I can cuddle him all I want without breaking out in an itchy rash. Next, there's PPP. That's the party perfume problem. For some reason, grown-ups think that getting dressed up for a party also means splashing on lots of smelly stuff, even some sensitive lotions and soaps. Before a grown-up goes to a party invite, biggest perfume bottle ever. Oh, ew. Bother me, my Aunt Hilda didn't know that I had a fragrance sensitivity that the big praise of the doctor uses, and second she walked into our house, my nose stopped and my eyes got as red as Mars. Lastly, parties mean lots of things to eat, like cake, which, surprise, I'm allergic to. I'm not spectacle. Gluten, dairy. Allergic to cake, I'm allergic to gluten and dairy, which are key ingredients in most birthday cakes. Gluten makes my tummy feel super yucky, but my dairy allergy is a little scarier than that. If I eat something with dairy in it, my lips puff and I have trouble breathing. I have to take special medicine. The medicine is my EpiPen, which I always have with me right away, and I might have to go to the hospital, of course. I'm old enough to know what I can and can't eat, but it's embarrassing that the other kids notice that I'm different. I'm sorry you can't have any cake, Piper. Piper, the crackers for you are on the smaller plate. Don't eat those cookies. Those are Piper's special cookies. Everyone means well, but it makes me uncomfortable, and because of that, I don't really like going to birthday parties, not even Claire's. Dear Diary, every time I fall asleep, I have a nightmare about birthday parties. My tossing and turning must be keeping Cosmo awake. He's right when he usually sleeps, all curled up on my pillow, but his eyes are open, and worse, he's pale green. Cosmo changes color depending on how he feels. Light green usually means he's worried. Poor Cosmo, all of my worrying is making him worry too. Excited is yellow, pink is scared, and purple is feeling great. We have a flashlight and something to write with, but we need to be super quiet so we don't wake mom and dad. It's time for a brainstorm, a plan to get out of this party. Brainstorming really means listening ideas or solving problems. It's a funny word. Whenever I heard it, I think about brain with a big glary cloud above it and lightning bolts shooting out in every direction. Kind of like this. Or it remains me like a joke. What's a zombie's favorite weather? Brainstorms. Get it? Anyway, my first step is to make a list of ideas. Fake being sick. Cosmo is already green. Mom and Dad will take one look at him and know that something is wrong. And Mom ordered some special hip allergy makeup last year when I dressed up as a turtle. Would you later like that? I could be green too. It would be perfect. 2. Throw another party on the same day. My grandma Sadie, who is an astronaut, is currently on a super top secret mission on the outer space. She should be coming back to Earth around the same as Claire's party. If Cosmo and I plan a welcome home party for her on the same day, we couldn't possibly go to Claire's party. 3. Be honest and tell Claire that I don't want to go to her party. Most honest. Honesty is always the best policy, but I won't want Claire to lie to me if something was bothering her. But how can I tell my best friend that I'm scared to go to a birthday party? Cosmo and I have an important choice to make. Dear Diary, all of this worrying has Cosmo and me needing a break, so today we escaped. My mom just sorted through some old clothes and emptied this giant container called a wardrobe box. It's tall and you're supposed to hang clothes in it. She said I could have it if I wanted to create something with it. Today seemed like a perfect day to do that. With a little glue and a whole lot of glitter, our submarine was ready. There's nothing like exploring the ocean to take your mind off your troubles. We set out right after lunch, saving some grapes to have as a snack on our trip. Exploration makes me hungry. This is the drawing. Once we were deep underwater, we used a tether as we exited the submarine. A tether, a rope attached to explorers' safety to the ship so they can get outside for a closer look at the environment. Grandma Sadie does lots of these kinds of explorations, but in outer space, we used our tether to investigate a dark underwater cavern looking for a pirate treasure. Here's a fun fact. Scientists say that the ocean floor and outer space are not that different from each other. And even though the deep sea makes me about 90% of our oceans, we've explored almost none of it. Exploring the deep sea may unlock answers to other space. Marine biologists Piper and Cosmo are ready to explore. On our expedition, we found a pirate treasure and lots of really pretty underwater plant life. We even found some shells. Cosmo took control once we were back in the submarine, and we narrowly escaped the hungry octopus who wanted our grapes. I don't blame him, they were tasty. I remember this one time we explored the ocean deep in Claire's pool. Claire doesn't like water and really didn't want to go to the adventure, but because I wanted to check out the coral reef, we made the bottom of the pool. We went along with it. She even wore a scuba mask and put her head completely under the water. That was so big for Claire, and I know she was a little uncomfortable, but Cosmo and I made sure she was safe the entire time. That's what friends do. Friends keep friends safe. This is While we were talking about adventure with Claire in the pool, Cosmo gave me one of these things like he's waiting for me to have a light bulb moment, meaning I suddenly figure out something out, which I did. I'm sure that if I'm honest with Claire, she'll do her best to make sure I'm safe at her party, just like Cosmo and I did our best to make sure Claire was safe in the pool, and to remind how much Claire trusted us during our reef exploration. I'll get crapped out. I have the perfect seashell and beads to make a seaworthy necklace to wear to Claire's party. After all, parties are perfect operations to show off new exercises. The best part of making a seashell necklace is that each shell is unique. The hardest part is making the hole in the shell, but it turns out that lots of shells already have a hole in them, and they're just begging it to be made into necklaces. The shell I want to use for this necklace is called a cockle. Cosmo helped me pick out a perfectly pink shell. We found it on the beach last summer, and it already had a perfect hole in it. It makes me smile. Once the necklace is done, I'll be ready to shell a braid, okay? Piper's seashell necklace. You'll need a seashell with hole in it. I'll use a big shell, but you can use a little bunch of smaller ones. Clear cropped glue, beads, and other bling. 20-inch long piece of ribbon or string. Make sure your shell is clean. If mine still sounds like the ocean, I'll wash it and let it dry before I get crafting. Get your craft on. Use the clear cropped glue and beads or bling to decorate your shell. When the glue is dry, throw the ribbon or string through the hole in the shell and tie a knot about the shell to keep it from sliding around the ribbon. I'm going to add some beads to my string for extra sparkle. Tie the ribbon or string behind your neck. I may need Mom or Dad's help with this part. Shell a braid. If I run out of shells with holes in them, I'll get extra crafty and create a shell out of cardboard or air-dry clay. Can Piper come with the perfect gift? Find out in My Pet Slime Diaries book 2. Okay, and today I read a book called My Pet Slime Diaries book 1. Okay, thank you for seeing this video. Okay, bye.